Terrific.
Inside Feed Punters Club back after a week off, but we actually tipped winners. I actually had a multi that won, which is fucking rare as anything. But we're back in the chair today. Frano, Marto, how are we, gents?
Really good.
Yeah, you look well.
Feeling good.
Frano, did your wife know you're wearing a jacket?
Mate, it's freezing at my house. I'm sick of this lockdown, so I can get back in the office. My house is so cold.
Yeah, so's mine actually. It is lockdown central in Brisbane and most of Australia. So what more do you do? If we get extended on Saturday, we're meant to be out of it Friday, but we will just sit there with our best bets and our Inside Feed Punters Club podcast and bet on racing the whole day. So what more could a man want? Maybe a few beers. As I said, I did have a multi-land last week. Unbelievable. Frano, you had Zaydani win at the farm. Got to the outside. Weave through, got to the outside. Beautiful. Marto, a bit of a lean week. But,
my all-up was home. My all-up was home apart from buddy on Thunderstruck, which ran third, which was very ordinary, actually. And it was the shortest.
Yeah,
so everything else had won.
Hope you back the others straight out.
Yeah, and also I'd just like to make a formal public announcement about something that I realised the other day at the airport.
Yep.
Am I able to make that?
Yeah, go.
So I was at the airport and I was actually unable to buy best bets at the airport. One of the most horrific moments of my modern life. So I had planned, because my phone was like obviously not fully charged. So I thought, I'll grab the best bets, it'll be right. Get there, nothing. The Chinese lady didn't know what I was talking about. And then I went across some Kiwi lady, no idea what I was talking about, and couldn't get a best bets. Can you fucking believe it? In 2021.
What'd you do for the flight, Marto?
I had to sit there and talk to myself because there was a space between me and some sort of Eastern European person who I think they pretended to not talk to me in English. But yeah, so I had to sit there like a fucking lunatic and try and, deal with an hour in my head, which was pretty dark.
Yeah. Bad spot to be.
So just a public announcement.
No, I appreciate that. We'll get on. Was that Sydney Airport?
That was Brisbane. So
right. Heading away.
So if you're ever going away, make sure you get it from the newsagents.
Well, there'll be no need for best bets after we tip every winner. But let's see how we go before we make any real public declarations. Once again, haven't spoken pre-podcast about where we're betting. The producer for the show has been fired. Frano, are you betting in Sydney, Melbourne, or Marto? Are you betting Sydney and Melbourne on the weekend?
Yeah, I got one,
basically. Yeah,
one in each.
Every race.
Oh.
just before we get stuck in, aren't we supposed to get some form of monsoon across all of Australia this weekend? Isn't it just meant to be heavy tracks everywhere? Sunshine Coast got like 50 mils or something yesterday. Yeah, so surely they're going to get in the heavy range.
I'm playing heavy tracks everywhere.
Yeah,
definitely.
Okay, good. We're aligned.
But let's start at Flemington. Jamie Carr's got the possibility of riding 100 winners. I think she needs 3. Can she get any, Frano? What are you tipping?
I've only got 1. I thought it was an extremely tough card given the weather and Flemington and the type of horses that are going around. I'm going to go with the Boom 2-year-old colt, Royal Zell, in race 4. Thought it won really well at Rose Hill last start. 2 from 2 on a heavy. Gets Craig Williams, who's flying. Good barrier. 16 and extends to the 1,600 metres. So that's all. And you're getting $3.30.
Yeah. So was that race 4? Was it, Frano?
Race 4, number 1, Royal Zell.
I will put an asterisk on that for you. I heard this morning that Craig Williams will not be riding for 2 weeks. He's got a quarantine, or he's not allowed to ride. So he didn't ride at Sandown yesterday. So as long as some nufty doesn't jump on that, I reckon that's a good bet also. But I don't know if Craig Williams will be riding because he spent a lot of time up here and then had to go back. But bit of breaking news from me for you.
Good thing
Marto,
you're here.
What have you got at Flemington, Marto?
I quite liked, I think that Grand Promenade will win, which is J Car. So that'll be one of her wins, I would have thought, but it's short. $1.85.
Is that race 2?
Race 3, number 2.
Race 3, number 2.
I actually am going to go against Frono in that race. I actually don't mind Cardigan Queen each $7 in that race. Race 4, number 5.
Race 4, number 5. What is it? Cardigan Queen.
Cardigan Queen.
Okay.
One last start. Won a race that beat something pretty good, that Adams Eve or All Eve or something up at Bendigo or Ballarat in a bracelet.
Yeah.
I think. $7. And I also don't mind race 9, number 6, Barbie Fox in the last. $5.50.
J Car again. That could be the one, Marto.
Yeah, I think she'll have a good day. I think she'll get to 100.
So I don't think any Victorian jockey's ever ridden 100 winners in a season, a Metropolitan winners. So
mate, if she has a good day, she could ride the card. If she has a bad day, she rides nothing. She's all in or nothing, I guess. I reckon.
Go the J Car multi all up. All right, I am backing the favourite in the first. Not sure how you say it. Monet potentially. Race 1, number 1, Early Chocolates. Mark Zara for the Mar Eustace team. Good win on debut. And hopefully barrier 1 early in the day is not a disadvantage and can just find a good position, potentially the front of the fence and win. And then I'm going with J Carr in the 6th race, which is the Winter Championships final over 1,600. I'm going to back Odeon to beat Dice Roll. They were pretty comparable last start. Odeon's never won on a heavy track. It's probably my only concern. So if they get into a heavy range, but Flemington drains pretty well. So I'm going to back Odeon just on the each way with Jamie Carr to knock over the favourite. So I think you're getting $7 to $6.50, $1.95 now, depending on where you bet. So race 6, number 3, Odeon for me. I think they'll be swimming in Sydney. I reckon Ian Thorpe could win the first if all the rain comes. So, Frano, what have you found in Sydney for the weekend?
Just one bet in the last race, and it's at odds. Miss Einstein, $9 $2.80. It's racing all the same horses that it raced last start, but it's significantly better in the weights than the likes of Expat and Catalan and whatnot. So I thought it'd be worth a play because it only came second by less than a length, and it's at odds. It's better than taking $3 a favourite when it's going up 2.5 kilos.
Yeah, so, and has won on a heavy track before. So race 10 late in the day. Geez, they're starting 12. Early in Sydney, 11 a.m. Fuck. Race 10, number 12, Frono, Miss Einstein. Good money for it already, actually. I know there's been a few scratchings, but obviously you've already had a bet. Marto, what have you found in Sydney?
Just one, same as you. Race 1, number 1, Tycoonist. I would have thought you'll be involved in that, potentially. Absolutely. $3.40. It's my best bet in Sydney. And I only got that one.
That's my only bet in Sydney also.
So
race 1, number 1. It's got to carry 60, but I thought it was home last start when I backed it. Gets the same distance, up in weight but Berry stays with it. Actually, I don't think he rode it last start. J-Mac was on. I think Sir Davy and it are the only hopes in that race, and I'll back Tycoonist to lead and win. So race 1.
I think it could win with Thorpe. I think it could win with Thorpe on its back. Tycoonist.
I reckon Thorpe might be distracting, and if he's on his back. Sunshine Coast.
One of he's any good in the wet.
He is actually. He can confirm. Heavy track for sure. Sunshine Coast meant to rain a bit today and more tomorrow, which will fuck golf Friday. Actually, so will lockdown. I just realised. Playing with the Mudlarks at the Sunny Coast, I would suggest. So the Mayor of Queensland Racing, James Frone, after you backed C Raider about 6 months ago, and Zaydani last week, what have you found for Sunshine Coast Racing this weekend, James Frone?
I reckon we're in this meeting's in real danger of getting called off if we get as much rain as they're forecasting, because it'll be pretty disgusting up there. But I had a good look at race number 4, and I liked a few chances, and then I settled on. What did I settle on? Jamie Lady. That's what I settled on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking GTT will get too far back.
Yep.
On the heavy track, even though it's got good soft form and 1 second on a heavy. But I think Jamie Lady from the gate will go forward. And I just hope it's too strong over the 1,000 meters. A big watch on I've Got a Nell. Loves it wet, and will also lead as well, and got a lightweight. But I'm hoping Jamie Lady's just too strong.
Cool, Frayne. I hope you run a really good second, because
Who you got?
Nell, nothing sure. He loves that. He loves that. He's got it at 20s.
Absolutely loves the wet track. 7 starts on heavy, 3 wins, 1 second and 2/3. Admittedly, this is probably a step up in class. Just Orm is clearly the class runner.
He's got no weight though.
Oh,
that's what almost.
51 kilos, barrier 2. $15, I got it. Anyways, I digress. So just for the sake of my tip while we're in that race 4, number 4, I've Got a Nell. I can't believe I got $15. You watch the sun come out and it'll firm up. It'll be a hard track and good track, and I've Got a Nell will pay 60s. Anyways, Marto, sorry, anything else at the Sunny Coast, Frano? Normally it's got about 5 or 6.
I've got a few. The next one that I looked at was Super Rare in race 5. It's the only query that I've got, and why I'm not making it a real big special is it will go back from the barrier, and I think 1,000 meters heavy track, it's going to have a lot to do. But it did beat Nauticus last start, who won well yesterday at Doomben. I think that's pretty good form line, and it's also got some good heavy and good soft form. So, and racing in good form. I think Dusty Tycoon's been back, but that's the horse that's got about 10,000 owners, so that's probably why it'll lead. So there'll be good pace for the back markers, but I just, heavy track, you don't want to be anything that's getting too far back. So I'll have a little each way, maybe a place bet on Super Rare at the odds. Then big one.
Just while we're on race 5, Frano, I'm fully with you.
Yeah.
I think even if Stuart can get 3 deep cover, Dusty Tycoon, never seen a heavy track, and I agree. Every time they back it, it's just because those ownership improves racehorses. Ask Marto and I. And Super Air, whatever they call it. Beat what was its name? Nauticus yesterday, and then it actually the 4th horse that was in that race that it won, Iced, came out and won at Eagle Farm yesterday as well.
Yeah, too.
So the form is fucking sensational. Good on it. 1 from 1 on a heavy. So it loves the soft track. I reckon if you can get 3 deep cover, get to the crown of the track, Super Rare or Supare is a very good bet at $10.
Yeah, I like it. We're aligned. Then the big one, the Glasshouse Handicap. Oh, I don't know if it's a big one, but it's a good sprint race with the horses. I'm going to take on Desert Lord, but this is one of the ones where it's tough putting out a tip this early in the morning because the track might be playing leaderish. It might be a heavy 500 or something like that. But I just think if it's not too wet and they can get through it, I'm not too sure why Emerald Kingdom's $12. That's the only thing I'll say.
I agree because I'm pretty sure he loves the Sunny Coast. Oh, he's got 2 from 6.
He did win a good race there at the start of the year at 1,400. You tipped him, Trav. So
I did.
I'll
Thank
give
you.
you
Appreciate that.
But some of the other horses that go forward just aren't in the same league as Emerald Kingdom, I don't think. All too hoying Regal Stage. So he might be able to dictate it a little bit. And if it is playing leaderish, being that heavy, there's not any other horse I'd want to be on that's going to settle in the first sort of 6 or 8.
he'll make his own luck. Look, not a bad case you've made there, Frank. Never seen a heavy track would be the only thing.
Never seen a heavy track.
He's good on a
Might
soft
not go
track.
on mile.
Bit of that fuck value. Frano, Supare, Emerald Kingdom. What was your other one? The one that will run second. I've got a nil, whatever that was. Marto, what have you got at the Sunny Coast, mate?
I've got race 2, number 12, explosive quality, $12 each way. Race 2, number 12.
Cool. Good on soft track. Hasn't seen a heavy. Jeez, it's got a good record. 12 starts, 4 wins, 3 seconds, 3/3.
I thought it was $12 worth your money having a throw at the dice. What's that? $3-4 a place. And I don't mind race 1, number 3, Sequace. I guess it's called Sequace.
What race?
Race 1, number 3.
No, race 1, number 3 is Prospectus.
Yeah, well, that's not it, is it? Sequace, it's called.
Race 3, number 3, Sequace.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
that's what you're going.
$3.20. And the Stockman maybe later on, $2.30. But we'll see what the track's like.
Yeah,
before we go heavy.
Yeah, no, it'd be fucking heavy. I would say heavy 10, hopefully, because that's the way I'm betting.
Yeah.
Right, I've got an L and Supare with Frame. I'm going to back up in the Glass House. I have backed Emerald Kingdom and Nick and Over 1,000 times in my life, and I just feel as if the track goes appropriately, Nick and Over will just win on a heavy track. 3 starts, 2 wins in a second. Soft track stats are incredible also. So I'm going to apologise to Nick and Over for some public comments I've made, and I'm going to back Nick and Over to win. So race 8, number 1, Nick and Over. So I've got an El Supare, Nick and Over. And my bet of the day, how's this? I'm betting all 3 tracks first race, and I reckon they're all 3 really good bets. So the one in Melbourne, Monet, Sydney, Tycoonist. And I think race 1, number 6, I could do better for Waller and Burn. Heavy track, 3 starts, 2 wins and a third. I just think it's perfect. 1,600 metres on a heavy track is ideal. The distance reads that it's no good at the distance, but I think heavy track, obviously, they're running a bit further, or it's more of a harder slog. One last start beating Celamade. I think J-Mac rode it, or Pikey. It was Pikey. Bit of a freshen, 7s into 5s already, so I'm backing race 1, number 6. I could do better. Flops out to last and comes home over the top of them, hopefully. So that's my bet of the day.
Perfect.
Race 1, number 6. But good value across all tracks. Well, no, mainly just Sunshine Coast. But I reckon we've found some winners there, and I've got a Nell, maybe the best of them.
I've got a shorty in Belmont as well, just a little multi-filler for everyone, for all the kids out there.
Do you have cousins or something in Perth? Because you always seem to have something.
No, I really like Perth. I do. I win quite regularly there. It's pretty good.
What do you got?
Race 7, number 1. It's favourite, $1.85. She's a charmer. It's the best bet all day, anywhere in the country. Race 7, number 1. She's charmer. I think it's $1.85. I got. What did I get on the boost? $1.95. I think I got something like that on the boost.
She's a charmer. Race 7,
She's
number
a
1,
charmer.
for Marto.
Put it in your multis.
Cool. Now, rugby league this weekend. What about the Origin? I mean, fuck me.
Oh my God.
2 games in a row. Probably only 2 games in my life that I haven't seen out the end of the game just because I was in tears and I couldn't see through the glass because my glasses were fogging up. Just a horror show. Anyways, back to a bit of NRL.
I actually left the game. I actually physically left the game. I was at the Origin and I left with about 15 minutes to go. Went to Caxton.
Was that a police escort or were you just on your own?
Yeah. Oh, mate, I was emotional wreck. I was outside, I had a fucking mask on, crying. And all these degenerates outside having cigarettes. Like obviously just unsubscribed. And I had to walk all the way up to Caxton on my own. It was a long walk.
Poor thing. I would have thought you were going to Uber.
Yeah, well, they wouldn't come there where I had the point.
Roosters Storm tonight. We will publish this afternoon, Frano, so you've got no chance of making a dick of yourself post match. Storm, I don't know. The Roosters are paying $3.75 here. The Storm obviously are a sensational outfit.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
leaving
going to give
my
you two multis, boys, and just whatever you got. Load up on an AFL one and an NRL, and the
Right,
Storm are in it.
We'll get to that in 1 second. Any other Warriors, Dragons will be a tight one. Panthers and the Eels, Cleary's out. Apparently, I heard today Mitch Moses is playing for a New South Wales position at 7. Did I hear that right? Because Cleary's out. I would have thought they would have gone back to Mitch Pearce.
He's off his face. He's off his face somewhere.
Or
Might be a
Brett
chance
Capaldi.
of a Queensland win then.
Yeah. Seagulls will absolutely destroy the Bulldogs. It's hard to get excited. I actually think this weekend, the only game I'll probably really get excited for is the Broncos. I reckon they can beat the Sharks.
Oh, I do too, but fuck, I've got a terrible record on this podcast tipping rugby league winners.
You both need to have a spell if you're coming up with that sort of chat. Mate, they're in tatters. They're in absolute tatters. Mate, Cronulla will potentially maybe even kill a couple of them.
Mate, I think I like, Katoni Staggs is back. He's worth 24 points, so that makes it Cronulla 50, Brisbane 24. We just need to find another 27 points and we're home. I give us a chance at $3.10 to win this weekend and fuck up Cronulla, which would be great because I don't like Cronulla. I mean, the Rabbitohs will destroy the Tigers. Was the last game the Tigers played when the Storm were pretty much none for 50 at lunch? Was that the scoreline?
Correct.
Yeah, I think so.
That outstanding performance by the Tigers that night. Marto, what have you got for your NRL multi?
So I've got Storm, Penrith, Manly, Canberra, Knights, Cronulla. $6.28. Oh,
Go again.
That's free money. That's free money. Storm $1.28.
Yep.
Penrith $1.54. Manly $1.07. Canberra $1.50. Knights $1.45. Cronulla $1.37. $6.28.
There's no way I'm ever back in Canberra again.
You're out, are you?
Canberra given life.
Yeah.
I'm very bullish on that. I've already had had a 50 on it this morning. $6.28 it was.
What are the poor people doing? What's the AFL multi for the weekend, Marto?
No, all the favourites will win this weekend. They're all real short. Richmond, Geelong, Melbourne, Port Adelaide, Western Bulldogs, $2.30. That is literally free money. Richmond $1.15, Geelong $1.24, Melbourne $1.17, Port Adelaide $1.33, Western Bulldogs $1.04, $2.30. I think with the odds booster it was like a $2.50. It's free money.
Right, you've heard it here first.
Galore.
Steve Martin.
They'll all win pretty easy.
A bit of rugby, I think, happening next week. I think it's on a Wednesday. I know the under-20 stuff.
Next Wednesday.
The under-20 stuff's been cancelled, which shits me. But I'm going to have a top 20 bet in the golf this weekend. I'm just trying to find the price right now. And it's going to be on my old mate, Phil Mickelson. Top 20 is paying $4.20 for the Rocket Mortgage Classic. I was just on his Twitter before, and he was doing a bit of practice, and he said he's found a nice hybrid that he likes to hit, which he needs for this weekend. So on that and that alone, and the fact he's a 6-time major winner and one of the greats, I'm going to back Mickelson top 20 at $4.20, and maybe have it for the win as well, just in case he wins. Fredo, if you had $100 this weekend to spend, what are you partying at? What are you putting it on?
I'll have to come back to you because everything that I think I've tipped on this podcast is double figures. So I'll really have to get scientific.
All right. Well, we'll flash all them up on social media, or just put them on Instagram.
I've got
either one.
Can I give you mine or?
Didn't you just give us your multis?
Oh yeah, they're my multis. Yeah, but I'm going to have my best bet of the day is my actual multi for the horses. He's Morphettville Race 4, number 3, Zoo Shine, $3.30 into She's a Charmer, $1.85 into Tycoonist, which I think is probably about $15, isn't it?
About 20 to 1. I'm not sure how you find these ones in it. Like,
I really like Adelaide. I really like Belmont. I reckon you can actually follow the form there and it win. the crooked behaviour that goes on in Queensland and Sydney.
I think it's all crooked. It's just that you've been exposed to the Queensland behaviour, or indeed been part of it.
I can honestly tell you, I've never painted any hoofs.
I am going to buy a horse and call it Inside Feed in the next little while. Do need a Brisbane trainer. Don't know who to go with. Hopefully, one that can bring us a lot of success. But anyways,
do you want one that's really good, or do you want one that's shit? Because then they get a better following if they're no good. Do you know what I mean? Like it could have had 20 starts. Get a couple of punters in it.
I've had one of those. I've had a couple of those. The novelty run wears off pretty quickly. I'd prefer to get some prize money in the bank. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a tough one. If you get an up and running 2-year-old, they'll win. They'll look good. They'll look like a superstar, but not many of them actually go on. But then if you actually get like a stayer that's running home 5th, 6th in the first 3 or 4 starts, and it's got a future, then you've got to be patient. So maybe we've got to buy 2. Who knows?
I'll give you a shout. I'll give a shout out actually to my mate Brodie Rozelle last week. He had a first starter with Butterworth, one in town on Wednesday, called Red Planet. Probably gonna go overseas. It was a good win.
That was in the first race, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a really good win.
Yeah, he won well.
Yeah, so they've already had a few cheeky throws at the stumps from overseas already. So hopefully it stays. But I dare say there's a bit of whore in a couple of the owners, so they might get rid of
it. Nothing wrong. What about that incentivise too? That thing that keeps.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, its times are off the charts as well, and it's going half pace.
Oh, who invited Tony Brassel?
Sorry. So Usain Bolt of bloody horse racing that thing.
All right, Brass. Thanks for that. All right, I think that's it. We'll put them up on social media. Go, I've got an L. Go, I could do better. A lot of value at Sunshine Coast, and as always, bet responsibly. Until next week, thanks, gents.
Thanks, boys.
Cheers.
Thanks.